think the primary experience is not only one of preparation, but one of recovery as well. If the big one in the way of a natural or disaster or act of terrorism ever occurs, always have a recovery plan as well as a good preparation plan. Because the best preparation and plan that does you absolutely no good whatsoever if you don't have a means of coming back and getting back to some degree of normalcy. I would again think that, it's having that recovery plan, and that recovery plan as well as your preparation plan should include elements that really cater to your communications needs, which I think are number one, first and foremost. The ability to communicate to your employees, to communicate amongst yourselves, and to communicate to the first responders as well. That might include cell phones that are not indigenous necessarily to the area, or you have a cell phone of a different area code in another place that's out of harm's way where the disaster didn't affect. I would also highly recommend a satellite office for basic elements in order to maintain continuity for your operations, human resources, IT, and I would also highly recommend acts of redundancy for your IT information and equipment in order that if one system goes down, you got a backup and a backup to a backup. Well, I think the lessons learned are immense, and I think that you learn from each and every one. I think that IIR needs to be commended, certainly. I think it's a great exercise, and I think that if we don't talk about the lessons learned, what they do is they enhance us to build upon the future. They're like building blocks, and with each one, we learn something new. There's not a year that goes by that we don't tweak our hurricane preparation plan or disaster preparation plan, as well as our recovery plan. Things change in a given year. Technology changes, so we need to stay on top of it as we would in our day-to-day operations. Lessons learned basically, though, are to do an annual review and to make sure you do this annual review amongst yourselves, not just one single port into its own, but in a cooperative vein together.